So our next speaker, I'm really honored to bring up. He's got an incredible story, and I don't want to break into it and steal his thunder. Hopefully you don't have any thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for this gentleman, Brandon Hillaker. Thanks, Brandon. And Brandon, by the way, just got back from doing his 11th triathlon this year.
Thank you. My name is Brandon. I am diagnosed with ADHD, borderline personality disorder, and bipolar 1. Growing up, these disabilities made life very challenging for me. I made a lot of wrong choices. I dropped out of school. I ended up in jail and prison. In 2005, I overcame those obstacles and went to school for my childhood dream, to become an underwater welder. In 2013, the adrenaline-packed lifestyle of an underwater welder, a biker, and some life triggers triggered a manic episode so bad that I killed myself. I died, I was brought back to life, and I laid in the coma for 2 weeks. When I woke up, life was drastically different. I had severe brain damage. I had to learn to walk again, talk again, and communicate with people again. I had to quit my dream job as a diver and go on permanent disability. I tried to escape the pain of my mental illness and created more obstacles. I had lupus in my hands. I had severe vertigo. My hands shook so bad that my wife had to feed me at the dinner table. In 2015, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, 33 years old. This triggered a manic episode so severe that I reached a state of psychosis and I was hearing voices for 5 months. Not being able to stand the voices anymore, I stabbed a pair of scissors through my hand in hopes to quiet them. From 2013 to 2022, I was in and out of mental inpatient hospitals 4 to 6 times a year due to treatment-resistant bipolar. I put myself through cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical therapy, talk therapy, group therapy, physical therapy. From 2005 to 2022, I was prescribed 40 psych medications, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, antidepressants, a lot of benzos. Yet I was still going to the inpatient 4 to 6 times a year. Nothing worked. I was broken, beaten, and dying inside. I reached a point of researching assisted suicide because I failed the first time and did not want to do that again. I wanted to die. I did not want to live anymore. In the early summer of 2022, a more homeopathic approach to my mental illness found me and changed my life. It allowed the lion to come out again. I was laying in a hammock in the woods, and we'll call it kind of a happy hippie fest. A young lady came to me and said, "Do you want some magic mushrooms?" I was very apprehensive about this because of my past with psychedelics. However, I said, I'm dead inside, I don't care anymore. And I ate those mushrooms, and those mushrooms changed my life. When I ate those mushrooms, I didn't see little green men. I didn't see leprechauns and rainbows. I just felt amazing. I felt like whatever was going to happen, it was going to be okay. Fascinated by this, I ran home and I told my wife all about it. I explained I don't know what happened, but I need to figure out what and why it happened. Why I felt so alive. My investigation took me down a colorful rabbit hole from research from Johns Hopkins University and other major organizations that was researching psilocybin and bipolar. So I sat down with my wife and my doctor and I explained it like this. My medications, they don't work. We have 2 choices. I'm going to kill myself, or we're going to do something drastically different in hopes that it'll work. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to kill myself. I am going to come off all my medications one by one, and I will do it slowly and under supervision. The response was, "We support you, but plan on going manic and plan on going to the hospital." So I started my psilocybin journey. Coming off my first medication took approximately 6 weeks. There was no side effects, no hospitalizations, and no manic episodes. My second medication took another 6 weeks. No side effects, no manic episodes, no hospitalizations. My third and fourth medications took another 12 weeks, no hospitalizations, no manic episodes. My lupus in my hands was gone. My vertigo was gone. My tremors were gone. Each of these were side effects of the pharmaceutical medications I was on. Now, I'd like to play devil's advocate and say, could this be a placebo effect? Maybe. However, I still had bipolar symptoms. I was still feeling mania and manic episodes. I was still feeling the roller coaster of bipolar. But they were manageable with psilocybin, and manageable is the key word. This did not happen with zero obstacles. Being off medication for the first time in 25 years was very difficult. I was feeling emotions that I've never felt before. There was a disconnect to who I was and who I am. And then things got very interesting. I was doing great. I was feeling great. I loved being alive. I told my wife I wanted to go back to school. I hate being on disability and I hate not working. And these very things are triggers for my bipolar. Now I'd like to fast forward 2 years. I have completed 38 credits at Delta College. I have earned a 3.987 GPA. I have earned my place on 3 president's lists and 1 vice president's list. I have earned 2 scholarships. I have earned the Don Kellogg Emerging Writing Award. I have earned the Michigan Rehabilitation Champion Award. I have started the mental health movement at Delta College by writing a paper to improve mental health services for my fellow students to overcome their mental health and achieve their goals. I put together a mental health fair at Delta College that brought in mental health resources to my fellow students. I have worked to give staff and faculty the opportunity to be mental health first aid trained, to provide students a safe space to talk about their mental health in a safe, non-judgmental environment. I am a member of Honor Society. I am the president of Psychology Club. I am the founder and president of the Tri-Sport Club, which gives college students the resource, training, and support they need to pursue their endurance goals. I have had the opportunity to present my accomplishments to the state of Michigan and have been able to successfully expunge my entire criminal record. And this leads me to why I'm wearing this, like, all these medals and this outfit. In the summer of 2023, I saw a poster on the wall that said triathlon. I weighed 280 pounds, I ate pizza 5 days a week, and I drank a 12-pack of pop a week. I was not healthy. I had just proved all the medical professionals wrong. They told me to sit at home, give up on my goals, give up on my dreams, take the medicine and survive my disability. I texted my wife and said, I'm going to complete a triathlon. She asked me, are you manic? So I trained vigorously for 5 months. I crossed that finish line September of last year. When I crossed that finish line, I looked at my wife and was like, when's the next one? I had no idea the positive, profound impact that this idea was going to have on my mental health. Bipolar is a chemical imbalance. Training for triathlons balanced the imbalance similar to the way that psilocybin did. So, 5 months ago, I decided to challenge myself, to see if I could do so much vigorous activity and training my imbalance, that training would balance the imbalance. I challenged myself to complete 11 medals for the 11 years that bipolar took over my life. And today, this morning, a couple hours ago, I finished that and I achieved my 11th medal. Thank you. In 4 months, I completed 10 triathlons and a 9.5-mile swim around Mackinac Island. The amount of drive, motivation, and determination that this has taken me to train was one of the hardest things I have ever done in my life, all while successfully managing my bipolar and mental health. Next summer is the 50th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald, the ship that sank in Lake Superior. I, along with 67 other endurance athletes, will finish the ship's 411-mile journey in a 17-stage relay swim from on top of the ship to Detroit, Michigan. Because of my obstacles in my life, I was always told what I can and cannot accomplish. Because of this, I viewed my obstacles as disabilities that I could never overcome. Obstacles are not set in a place for us to give up on our goals and our dreams. Obstacles are set into our lives to be overcome and to learn the valuable lessons through this journey. I was able to overcome my obstacles in my life because of a medicine that has been on the planet longer than the human civilization. I am achieving, inspiring, succeeding, motivating, and breaking the stigma because of this fantastic molecule. I am on a journey now to have a better understanding of why and how this amazing molecule saved my life. I will one day come to this very school. I will achieve the honor of having a PhD, and I will answer the questions that I am looking for through my own journey in remembrance for all of those who aren't here anymore. Thank you.
Give it up for Brandon Hillaker, everybody. What an incredible, inspirational story.
Never gives up a day when the skies of November turn gloomy. Load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald ran to. That good shipping crew was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came blowing. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. Big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with the crew and good captain well seasoned. Concluding some terms with a couple steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Later that night, when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? Wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and a wave broke over the railing. Every man knew, as the captain did too,